or tactical team.
Hey there guys, this is me, Maldorian, and this will be a special orc tactical team. Now last year I was helping out with a charity, and I said anyone who supported this charity and donated at least $50, I would go and do a special caster review just for them. And I was happy to see there's a lot of people who went for it, and I did the caster reviews for them. But there was this one that was a problem, and that was Dorian. Because Dorian, one of my friends over here, he went for Scorn, and he also asked me to review Naaresh. Now, I am no expert on Scorn. I don't play Scorn. I don't play against Scorn a lot. It's not a very popular faction. And out of all that, Naaresh definitely wasn't very popular. Now, I tried to find some experts in the field, and at first I had a way that I could push it off, because I was like, well, it's going from Mark II to Mark III, so I might as well wait for that. Oh, Scorn's being completely revamped, I might as well wait for that. But the honest truth of it was that I could not find any Scorn experts around that were willing to cover Naaresh. In fact, I'm pretty sure actually this is why Dorian picked it, because he knew that probably out of the area, he was the expert, and so no matter who I brought on to talk about it, unless it's like privateer press, I was not going to really offer him anything. So, you know, I put it off. This is coming back from like September of last year. So at this point, it's getting pretty embarrassing that I haven't done it yet. So I thought, all right, let's just do it. Full disclaimer here that I am not a Scorn expert. You know, I make fun of them all the time, but, you know, like, they're just not popular. There's not here a lot, that's why I tease them, and there's not a lot of people who play them for sure, and especially not Naaresh. So I went through, I did my research, and I'm going to do my best to cover this, but yeah, it's the best I can do. Hey there folks, this is Maldorian, and this is the Scorn Tactical Team. Now today we're going to be covering one of my favorite casters, warlocks rather, and that's going to be Naaresh. Now we're going to try and pull this up here on the good old thing, because I know this so well, but I'm going to be checking this just to make sure I don't get anything wrong. Alright, so Naaresh, of course, is a Scorn Warlock. He has 32 Beast Points, which is quite a bit, actually, for Warlock. Only Fury 6, but whatever, that's what Scorn kind of gets. He's Speed 6, not too bad. Strength 7, who cares? Mat 7, that's pretty decent. And then Rat 4, who cares? He doesn't have a gun. Defense 15, Armor 15, so that average of 30, what you kind of expect. And then Command 7, which doesn't matter. He also has Tough, which is not something you should depend on, but hey, he is tough, so why not? And he also has 2 Katara. So this is his combat kind of weapon blade things he has in his hands. They're magical, they're power 11. They sound pretty weak, but they're going to get better, so don't worry. Now, he has 17 boxes, which is okay. He's going to be using those boxes. Now, he has quite a few of these special rules on him. Now, the first one here is going to be Blood Trade. This model can upkeep spells by suffering 1 damage point per spell instead of spending Fury. Now, that means even though he's only Fury 6, if you have some upkeeps, well, he's almost counting as being as higher, because he can always just take 1 damage to do an upkeep, which is going to be, as you're seeing here right away, almost kind of free. Now, his next thing he's going to have is Field Marshal Pain Response. Now, for this one here, War Beasts in this model's battle group gain Pain Response. While damaged, a model with Pain Response can charge and make power attacks without being forced. So that's awesome. That means all your beasts are almost getting themselves a free Fury because they're charging for free. And so whether you go early on and use your Pain Givers, just do 1 damage or something like that, they will then have it for the rest of the game, assuming you don't silly heal them up or something. But you don't even need Pain Givers, as we're soon going to be finding out. Now, he also has Flagellant, which is this model's automatically hit by melee attacks made by friendly models. Sounds really stupid, but it's going to become very important in just a second here. He's going to have Hyper Regeneration, remove D3 damage points from this model at the start of each of its activations. This is why that upkeep thing is basically free. He is going to go and take damage, and then he's just going to heal damage. So it's pretty damn good. Now, this one here is at the start of the activation, so during the control phase, he takes the damage, then during his activation, he heals. So, yeah, right off there on the same turn, he's going to heal it right up. Now, he also has Painmonger. When this model suffers damage from an attack, it gains 1 blood token. For each blood token on this model, it gains +1 strength and armor. This model can have up to 5 blood tokens on it at any time. Remove all the blood tokens from this model at the start of your control phase. Yeah, this is where it's really important that you automatically hit him, because you're going to want to hurt this guy. The pain givers you have in your force are going to be whipping this guy. It's doing 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and as long as you, of course, do them first, well, they can go in there, do 5 points, he'll heal up D3 of them, so, you know, on average, you're only taking 3 damage, and meanwhile, you know those, like, weak POW 11 Katara that we were talking about? No. They're POW 16. That's all of a sudden extremely legit, especially since he actually has 2 of them. Plus, you know how he was a 15-15, and we're like, okay, yeah, that's like an average stat line to have? No. He's a 15-20. And this isn't a feat. If you want to do this, you could do this every single turn. You could be doing this offensively because you want him to get POW 16s and go kill stuff, or you could be doing it defensively because if I don't want to die, sure, whip, 5 damage, go up to armor 20, start his activation. Okay, I'm going to heal up D3. I can always use some Fury as well if I want to heal up a little bit more. But yeah, a 15-20 with transfers, good luck trying to go and kill this guy. And of course, you can be doing both, right? He can go in there, POW 16s, kill off a beast, and then be like, all right, I'm also pretty safe here. So I'm all happy. Now, his Kataras also have some extra abilities of their own, which makes them even better. First of all, they can do a star attack, which is Combo Strike. So for this one here, make a melee attack. Instead of making a normal damage roll, the POW of the damage roll is equal to this model's strength plus twice the POW of the weapon. So basically, instead of making 2 attacks for your initials, you can just do 1 major one. So initially, your POW 11 could just be a POW 15. And then, of course, if you go and do this whole awesome stuff, that POW 15 is going to be a POW 20. So if you need to really go and like kill a really tough solo, or really go in there and do some damage to a high armor Jack, this is the way to do it. You want to go in there, start off that combo strike at mat 7, you shouldn't be missing, and that's going to really, really hurt. So that's not all though, because he also has Life Drinker. When it destroys a living enemy model with this weapon, immediately after the attack is resolved, this model can remove D3 damage points. Now, if you're attacking a Jack or something like that, that doesn't matter. However, let's say defensively, you go up and say whip, take 5 damage. You're now going to be armor 15, POW 16, start of activation. You heal up D3, so you should be healing up 2. And now, well, maybe I'm not going to go after these guys. There's a couple of this infantry that's in my way. I'm going to charge them, kill them, and for each one you destroy, you heal up another D3, meaning that all that damage he took and the extra strength and the extra armor is all for free, and now you have this pretty big badass that can take on whatever he wants, and again, like we said, is going to be extremely hard to take out. Now, we haven't even got to spells and stuff like that. So, first one is Bleed. Bleed is a cost 2, range 8, POW 10, offensive spell. When Bleed damages a living enemy model, this model can remove D3 damage points. Kind of a weak spell, but then again, where he's going to be trying to heal himself up, it might not be so bad to do that. However, if you really are trying to heal yourself up D3 damage points, you're probably better off just using the 2 Fury to heal up 2 from yourself. That's probably easiest. Of course, if you do the spell way, you also kill a model, but if you fail to hit, if you fail to kill, or if it's not living, you're then really putting a lot up to chance. He also has Blur. Now, Blur is a cost 2, range 6, upkeep spell, It says target friendly faction model unit gains +3 defense against range and magic attack rolls. Models are not affected while out of formation. You know how we said like a 15-20 is a pretty badass stat line? How about 18-20? Good luck trying to shoot this guy down. It's pretty much impossible. And of course, Scorn has a lot of other ways with the Kreia and stuff like that. You can keep them even more safe. So yeah, if you want to be safe because you're facing Sloan or Kane or something like that, you go up there, take your 5 damage, put Blur on yourself, kill a couple of guys or just heal up the D3, and it's like, bring it on. I can be defense 18, armor 20. Oh, is this cover? Okay, I'm now defense 22, armor 20. Good luck, Sloan. Good luck, because you're going to need it. Now, he also has Cyclone, and this is where he gets really interesting. So with Cyclone, this is a cost 2 self, and it says, the spellcaster immediately makes a full advance, ignoring free strikes during this movement. At the end of this movement, the spellcaster can make 1 basic melee attack against each model in its line of sight that is in its melee range. Cyclone can only be cast once per activation. Now, we didn't say it, but his range on his little blades is 1 inch. Now, 1 inch isn't 2 inches, but hey, it's still better than half an inch. And when you're trying to do this, this can really get you over to a lot of guys. Now, we also have to keep in mind that this starts making him being a massive melee threat. When we were talking about before, we had like POW 16s, you're going to charge in, slicey. Sure, that's pretty damn good. However, let's start looking to see what this all adds up to. Well, this guy here is speed 6, so if he charges and has 1 inch melee, he has a threat of 10. Okay, that's alright, I guess. I'm not super scared. Well, let's add Cyclone to this. Cyclone is going to let him do a full advance and then also get a free attack off of it. So really, that threat of 10 inches is now 16 inches. And it's also non-linear. That starts getting to be really good. A threat of 16 inches, that is very scary when it's POW 16 and really coming in to do some damage. And this is something where, like I said, it's non-linear. You can Cyclone to the side and then charge. You could charge in, kill some guys, Cyclone over it, kill some more, or defensively, charge in, kill some guys, Cyclone back. It really gives you a lot of options. And so all of a sudden, this guy was like, okay, he's scary, he's high defense. Oh my god, he can charge me from 16 inches away? Yeah, that is extremely scary. So this guy, yeah, has some huge threat. And if you're not ready for it, he starts coming in there with those POW 16s and you're just dead. Now he also has Lamentation. Lamentation is nice. It's not going to always be critical in every game. But damn yeah, Lamentation. It's cost 3, it's a self. The AoE is control, so 12 inches out. And it's an upkeep. When an enemy model casts a spell while in the spellcaster's control range, double the cost of the spell. Additionally, enemy models must pay double to upkeep spells on models units in the spellcaster's control range. Okay, so this one, if you're up against someone who's going to be casting a lot of spells, can be nice, but remember that control area of being 12 inches, it'll be pretty hard to get up there unless you're playing Naaresh really aggressively. So it would have to be something where you're really being aggressive, really getting up there so you're by 12 inches of the caster, and then it'll be a big deal. Otherwise, this one probably won't be cast too much. Alright, let's get to his feat. Now his feat is called Imperishable Flesh. Immediately apply up to 1 damage point to each aspect of living war beasts in Naaresh's battle group that are currently in his control range. Naaresh can remove 1 damage point for each damage point applied as a result of this feat. Additionally, while in Naaresh's control range, living beasts in this battle group gain +1 strength and armor for each of the damage aspects. So, you know how we were talking about how he gave that pain response to his beast, and if they're hurt, then they can charge for free? Well, as long as you do it after the feat, you don't even need to set this up. You just cast feat and off they go. And all of a sudden, all your beasts gain +3 strength and +3 armor. Is great again, offensively and defensively. And if you look at this way this works, the way you could actually lay this out is they come up whip, whip, whip on Naaresh, so he gets really good, he has 5 damage. Then you're going to go and pop your feet, damage all your beasts, and as you damage them, you're healed up anyway. So on that turn, even though we said the other one can be done on non-feat turns, if you do this on feet, you're going to be healing yourself up anyway. So he's all good to go, full strength, full armor, ready to charge in. So really, really good. So this is all this for what's on his card. So how can you actually use this guy? Well, I say the first thing you want to look at is, of course, theme list. Now, currently, all they have is Winds of Death, which is like, but then again, maybe not. One of the things I've always felt about the range lists that are out there is that if you have a combat caster, you can really make it a double threat. So for Signar, if I have a whole bunch of long gunners, which are all just shooty, but then I have Striker 3, well, hey, when it comes time, I pop feet, I charge in, automatically hit, get that additional damage die, and they actually do really well. In this case here, you could be taking a shooty list that has a lot more of the shooty beasts, and then when they come into you and they want to fight, well, all your beasts are going to be having +3 strength and armor, and all of a sudden they could be putting out the full power of a full heavy and do a whole bunch of work. So that's really scary. Overall, though, I don't think you're going to be going with the theme. I think you're going to be going with some more normal stuff. And there's some interesting animuses you could be taking from your beast as well. Say, for example, if you want to be going with the Archidon and be taking Sprint, well, look at this silliness. You can charge in, kill, 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 Cyclone over here, kill, 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 and then sprint back. And I've just killed stuff all over, and I'm now back here and safe. Another one could be with Mullikarn. We could Fate Walker, go up, do your stuff, get out of there. But yeah, there's a lot of that dancing you can do. There's more defensive tech if you want to do it. But the main thing you're getting from Naaresh is that this is a guy that is a killer. And I think that he's also a dark horse killer, because who the hell faces Naaresh? I don't know about you, but around here, I barely see Scorn, and like I said in the beginning, I don't see Naaresh. So you're probably walking up and saying, yeah, I'm within 16 inches, who cares? Bam, he attacks and he kills you. Or you're walking up, you're like, okay, that beast can get to me, it can't do that much work. Oh, it's charging for free and +3 strength? Yeah, that's a really big deal. So I believe that Naaresh can do a whole bunch of work. I think he can work well with an all-beast list. I believe if you do it right, you can do a range list. And of course, you'll have all the mixes as well, right? If you want to take a mix of infantry and adding in a couple of heavies, of course, knowing that Naaresh can do the work himself, really, the only thing you definitely need to have with him is some pain givers. And the theme actually allows pain givers, in case you were wondering. So you probably don't even want to go min the pain givers. You got to go maximum, and you might even want to go 2 min units just to make sure the opponent doesn't shoot them all down, because you're always going to want these guys. So otherwise, there you go. There is Naaresh from Scorn. This has been Maldorian with the Scorn Tactical Team. I hope you guys liked it. Bye.